who is instrumental in shaping the future of Jalandhar, the Jalandhar city. He has done a wonderful job with the Jalandhar city. Today, if you look at Jalandhar city, the way the Jalandhar city is coming up, the way its beautification is being done, is tremendous. So let us all welcome Shri Sunil Jyoti ji, Mayor Jalandhar, to the stage, please. Second eminent guest I would like to introduce to you is a wonderful person, the person of great discipline. We are blessed to have the person with us at Jalandhar who is taking care of our safety, security, discipline in the city. May I take the pleasure of inviting Shri Arpish Shukla ji, IPS, Police Commissioner Jalandhar, to the stage, please. A very big round of applause, please. Now, next person, I think everybody knows him. On many occasions, our national flag has been flown high by him. He is a great player, a great sportsman with great sportsman spirit. The time he has become MLA of Jalandhar, this area has taken new heights into the development. He has been instrumental in developing the area in his constituency. May I invite Sardar Pargar Singh, MLA Jalandhar, the Olympian, a big round of applause, please. The next, the person I am talking about, he is instrumental in changing the face of the city and bringing the smart city project to Jalandhar. I am talking about none other than Sardar Gurpreet Singh Khera ji, Commissioner, Municipal Corporation, Jalandhar. Next, I would like to talk about a very dynamic personality, the person who is instrumental in guiding youth, the school students, and spreading the education throughout Punjab. She is a very good orator. I had an opportunity to listen to her. I am talking about none other than Mrs. Shruti Shukla, Deputy Director cum State Coordinator, Guidance Council in Punjab. Welcome, Madam, to the stage. Next, I am talking about another lady who is an entrepreneur par excellence. She is a social activist. She has been doing a wonderful job in her field. I am talking about Mrs. Kamna Raj Agrawal, an entrepreneur par excellence. Madam, you are most welcome to the stage, please. We are living in an age of information sharing, knowledge, and updating ourselves. And to represent this field, I think nobody else who is handling all this in Jalandhar. I would like to invite Mr. Amolak Singh Kalsi, Director NIC Jalandhar, to the stage, please. We always dream of high-rise buildings, beautiful architect, well-planned roads, and cities with all the amenities. And I think only the architecture can do it. An architect can do it. I would like to invite architect Shri Surinder Bagaji. He is a principal architect, Sakar Foundation, Chandigarh, to the stage, please. Next on the elite panel is another architect. I think who will be shaping the beauty of Jalandhar in the coming days. Whenever we get funds from the government for the smart city, I am talking about architect Shri Jaswinderjit Singh Ji, principal architect, JJD Architects, Jalandhar. Please give him a big round of applause. Thank you for the chairman sir and Manveer sir. I request for the chairman sir to take his seat, please. Once again, I welcome you all to this session after lunch. As we all know, after the NDA government and with Mr. Modi as the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, a lot of initiatives have been taken. The prominent ones among those are Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Digital India, and his dream project, that is Smart City project. The day the Smart City projects has been announced, every citizen of India is dreaming of living in a smart city, well planned, well oriented, no traffic problems, no congestion, no air pollution, internet connectivity to the best, and all other amenities. All the citizens have the right for it and they are dreaming of it. But today we are going to discuss on this, we are going to listen from our panelists how far we have reached, whether this dream will come true, what our citizens will get. Because this is a very bold step. I will say not bold only, but bold and beautiful step taken by a Prime Minister. Because bold, because it's a challenge to make this happen. Beautiful, because we'll be lending a lot of beauty to our cities and then extend to our villages also sometime. It is aimed at increasing the quality of life of the residents. It is aimed at giving a clean and sustainable environment to the citizens. It is aimed at giving freeways so that we can drive our vehicles, reach our offices on time very comfortably. Lot of dreams are there. Lot of features are there in this project. I think our dreams have been given a height. We have been given wings to think that the Smart City project is going to change our lives. Today we have among us a panel of elite people, not only of this city but of the state, of national stature, who will discuss with us, who will share our views on this and the challenges we face to make this project true. So I would like to open this discussion with a question to one of the leaders of this project, that is Shri Sril Jyoti ji, that anything is not possible without the vision. Anything is not possible without the vision. So I would like to ask about your vision. We know Modi's vision, Honorable Prime Minister's vision, everybody knows it. But when we are given a role and responsibility, what kind of vision we have derived out of it for ourselves, so that we can change the life of the people of Jalandhar and become a benchmark for the other smart cities. So I would request you to kindly tell us about your vision. Then I would request others panelists to extend the vision about their role about the smart city. Sir, thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all the panelists from that, and Sanjay, thank you very much for this organizing this beautiful conversation between the students and the panelists. The vision, as you said, of the Prime Minister of India for the smart cities is very clear. That all best facilities and best amenities should be given to the citizens of the city. And citizen participation has to be a must. The people should tell what they want. The people should participate and come out with their ideas. The people should plan it out. The people are part of the city process. It is not the buildings, it is not the infrastructure, it is not the system which is going to make it smart. The people are going to make it smart. People living in this city have to stand up and plan it out. That what in future, coming 20, 25 years, what type of a city they want. There are about 4 types of things which have to be done in the smart city, which were prescribed by the Union Government. The first was the area-based development. That was a pan-city concept. There was a greenfield concept. In the greenfield, you have to have about 250 acres of open land, and you have to build up a new city right from the ground. And the other was the retrofitting part of it. That you demolish about 50 to 100 acres of the old city with the participation of the people. Like if I say the internal part of the city is put to ground, and then vertically we go up as far as the people living in it, and then the vacant areas which are found, we can get better facilities for parking, parks, cycling parks, malls, so that that shabby looking area becomes a modern and a high profile. But that is a very difficult, because people don't like to be shifted or they don't like to leave their old houses. There is the redevelopment. This is the redevelopment part. There is the retrofitting part of it. If you've got a vacant land and you try to do it. So we wanted to retrofitting part of it. We've got 63 acres of land lying at the Quantum Park. And seeing the industry of the sports industry in Jalandhar, Asia's largest sport manufacturing has been done in Jalandhar. To complement each other, we are trying to build up an idea of making Jalandhar a sports hub. Sports hub doesn't mean that it's an ordinary type of hub. It's a high-profile, international standards type of a sports hub where you get all facilities for sports, playing sports, learning sports, sports-related injuries, because we are the biggest nursing home industry we've got here. We've got so many educational institutions. We've got PAP, we've got PSF, we've got ITPP, we've got CRPF. So we've got a large infrastructure of playing areas.
Wonderful.
So we want that, that should, and the first phase of the public participation also put up the idea that Jalandhar should be brought up as a sports So our vision for that is developing these sports and the area is allotted for 100 acres of land. And then the Pan City project is that we take two such things, the whole city gets the effect of this one. Because that first is the area-based development. In that area-based development, only 1,000 acres of land is projected. But then the people will say, what is that for me? Yes. So first we make a model. That is smart. This 100 acres of area is going to be a smart city. It is going to be like this. Then it comes out to the other part.
We have to show the things to the citizens and make them.
And in the Pan City projects, there are two projects which we have to take up. In that, the public participation first was the transportation part of it, and traffic management, and the second was the security.
So you have touched a very important point, traffic management, and sorry sitting beside us. Sir, I think your role and your department's role is very important in maintaining the discipline for the safety of the citizens of Jalandhar. So what is your vision regarding creating the facilities for safety security of the citizens of Jalandhar?
Distinguished panelists, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before I answer, I would like to congratulate the City Group and Charanjit Singh Ji for having organized this conference to deliberate upon this important issue. What is a smart city? There are many parameters, as Mayor Sahib has just described. Well, as a layman, I would say a smart city is a city which is eco-friendly, which grows, which has a sustainable growth, and the most important factor is law and order, peace, tranquility, and traffic management. Ladies and gentlemen, you all must have read economics. There are 5 factors of production, as they say: land, labor, capital, blah blah, electricity, power, this, that, many more infrastructure. But I perceive that for any kind of development, law and order is the primary condition. If you want to have a smart city, you have to have an excellent government. You have to have an excellent traffic management system. This is what I perceive. It's a great effort. Mayor Sahib has been and MLA they have been trying their level best, and I'm sure Jalandhar will become a smart city.
Sure, sir, with your cooperation.
As far as police is concerned, we have taken a lot of steps. Like we can't leave people behind here. Petty crime, women empowerment, these are the 2 basic issues which the people face. Now, to redress these problems, we have taken a number of steps. We have made plans. We have recently introduced a vast team which is deployed, basically the lady police force, which is deployed in schools and colleges. We have a dedicated helpline number for ladies and girls. We have a separate police station which deals with the problems of domestic violence, dowry, etc., which is all lady police station. Similarly, for traffic management, we have recently taken a number of steps to ensure. We sent a proposal to increase our strength, which was sanctioned long back. It will take some time. But I am looking for public participation. You know, the most important, we are independent for so long, but then we all look up to the government for a lot of things.
That is always there. It's a wonderful vision, sir, you are having.
Now, we need to change this mindset. You see? Yeah. We serve the people. Unfortunately, for many reasons, we don't get the kind of cooperation which is required.
I think, sir, let us take this part to Pragat Singh ji, because he is in direct connect with the public. Sir, your views, your vision about the smart city and how to connect the public in this.
I think once we are thinking of the smart city, I think everybody is thinking about it should be beautiful. It as an environment affects cleanliness and so many things we wanted to do. But the question is, who will do it? Unless otherwise, we will not have a public participation. Because even I, as a sports person, we have to work in a team. Because if my right half is weaker, then we are not going to win the match. Similarly, society is a team. And once we are, because sometimes some people I have seen, they are talking about the cleanliness and throwing the garbage bag from their own car on the roadside. What we are thinking, a DC or SSP or commissioner or somebody will pick that. I don't think so that time will come that way. We have to be responsible. And because I came into this system, in the political system, about 4 years back, where everybody is thinking the government should do this, government should do this. But the corruption is the main crux of the system. Because wherever we are going,
Yeah, sir, we are digressing from the topic and we'll get into corruption.
that is okay. But ultimately that affects the system.
Definitely, we are
And it affects the, because what we are thinking, we should have a beautiful nation.
That is there, sir, but we are talking about with the presence of all these challenges, with all these constraints and limitations, how we can convert our cities, how we can make cities a better place to live. That is what we are pondering over. These problems have been there for long now.
No, but we have to change ourselves.
Definitely we have to change.
We have to change our mindset. Because once we will think, even after my door,
Definitely.
that is my country,
Definitely.
and that is my system, and that we have to do.
Definitely.
Unless otherwise, because otherwise we are not going to change.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you for your views, sir. Thank you. I would like to bring in discussion a very important person who will change the face of Jalandhar possibly by designing a lot of things. Let us see his vision about Jalandhar city as smart city, and let us be very specific about what I have thought as my role as an architect for Jalandhar city, sir.
Today's discussion is regarding the smart city and just discussing how our city is going to look like in future if it becomes smart. Actually, I'll start how this idea of smart city. Our honorable PM has thought about this idea because, as we know, that our cities are growing, urbanization is growing. People have become smart, but the cities have deteriorated. The infrastructure has deteriorated. The planning part has taken a backseat. Cities have become a demand-driven sort of thing, where people are growing and planning and doing all sort of things compelled by their demands, and things are not going as per plan. The first thing is the smart city is a concept of futuristic vision of urban development where information and communication technologies are going to come and play a very, very vital role and replace the human part. And once information technology creeps in, then a lot of problems, as my MLA and all officers said, corruption, when human interface is going to change with the help of technology, when CCTV cameras are coming to play role, policing will change, and a lot of things will change when technology comes in.
So have the thing started.
Yes, I will tell you But smart city is going to be, it has two areas where things are going to change. First is ABD, that is area-based development, where we are choosing a small area within the city and we are going to make a total change in that area. Maybe it is physical infrastructure, all electricity poles, they are going to be, electricity supply will be underground, vertical growth, road infrastructure is going to change, storm water sewerage will be laid, solar paneling for clean energy, they are going to be there. Walkability for pedestrians is going to improve.
So I think we are going to witness a lot of changes soon, as Mr. Khera is telling. Let us move ahead to our next panelist. Sir, please give more time to you. Thank you. A very eminent educationist, the worthy chairman of City Group of Institutes. Let us listen to his views as a citizen also, as an educationist also, as an entrepreneur also. What is his vision? What is his vision about smart city concept, and what are the challenges, sir?
इसलिए ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਸ਼ੰਘਾਈ ਬਣਾ ਦੇਣਾ, ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਪੈਰਿਸ ਬਣਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨੂੰ, ਕੋਈ ਬਿਹਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਬਣਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਤੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਪੈਸੇ ਕਮਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਧੋਖਾ ਦੇਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਹਾਂ। ਲੇਕਿਨ ਜਿਸ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਸਾਫ਼ ਰੱਖਣਾ, ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਗੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਪ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਸਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਟ ਹੈ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ। ਮੇਰਾ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਟੀਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਰਟੀਕਲ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਬੁੱਧੀ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਜਾਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਸ਼ਖਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਹਲੇ ਬੱਚਾ ਵਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਪੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਰੋਨ ਅਪ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਔਖਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੈਰਿਸ ਜਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੰਘਾਈ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਾਂਗੇ। ਅਦਰਵਾਈਜ਼ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਰਹਿਣਗੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਇਹਦਾ ਕੋਈ लाभ नहीं होगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू। मतलब अब तक की जो डिस्कशन हुई है उससे काफी चैलेंजेस उभर के आ रहे हैं, बट मैं ये जानता हूं कि कौन कहता है कि आत्मा में छेद नहीं हो सकता, कौन कहता है कि आत्मा में छेद नहीं हो सकता, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उठा लो यार। तो बहुत जरूरी है कि आपकी डेडिकेशन हो, डिटर्मिनेशन हो तो कुछ भी संभव है। Nothing is impossible. Now I move to another panelist who is a direct connect with the youth of Punjab, and we have listened from a lot of our panelists that citizen awareness, youth awareness, their participation is very important. Let us listen to Madam Shukla about this. What is her vision about smart city and how to bring youth into this? Madam, please.
Good afternoon, all panelists sitting on the podium and dear audience. A smart city concept is a broad spectrum concept. It includes many parameters, as it already been discussed by other panelists. But I think this concept is going to be successful if we can give sustainable future to our citizens, especially the Jalandhar people. If we can provide sustainable future. But now the question is, how can we work on it? How can we provide sustainable future? The sustainable future is again a big, concept. It again includes many things: beautification, safety, transportation, many other things which will be discussed later on. But I will focus here on mainly 4 things. Number 1, women empowerment. Number 2, education. And number 3, I take up 3 things. The youth is already linked up with education. And the last is environment. We cannot ignore these 4 concepts. education, it is the backbone of any system. Whatever we do, if we don't educate the community, if we don't educate our own youth, then the mission will not going to be successful. So I find this component as a major component. कितना भी education पे हम उसको focus कर लें, first we should try to make this education, try to provide this education as a quality education. This education is free and compulsory till date, everyone is aware about it, but we have to focus about the quality education which we are lacking. We are not providing quality education, especially in primary classes. So children are not aware. They don't know how to use their resources. They don't know what can they do. Our youth is full of energies. They can do a lot. They are nation builders, but they are distracted. We have to guide our youth. Then they can bring this concept. They can make this vision live. They can support us. This is really required. And the environment, whatever we see around that is environment, everything, whatever surrounds that is environment, it is very, very important to manage and to preserve all our resources.
I think Madam has made a very wonderful point, creating education awareness. And as the chairman has also taken a lot of panelists and we have to create a lot of awareness. Now I would like to bring Madam Kamna Agarwal, thank you, Kamna Agarwal, to the discussion. She is a social activist and she is also in direct contact with the people and feeling the pulse of the people. Madam, this awareness part is becoming very difficult. We have to change the face of education. But okay, that education phase to be changed, it may be very slowly. But what are your views? How to connect the people direct to this vision of smart city and what are your visions for smart city?
Thank you, good afternoon, panelists and ladies and gentlemen. I think, firstly, it's absolutely wonderful that the thought of smart cities has come to light. As up till now, since I have gained my wits and I have been to school, college, and in my business environment, I have just seen cities sprout. Illegal colonies, there's no sanitation, children are running in the worst of conditions, and there has been absolutely no sort of strategy or plan in place for cities. So just the idea of thinking about creating a city which is sustainable and has a future, I think is the first step forward, and I think that's really brilliant. And I must commend the government for this. This hasn't happened up to now, and I'm glad it has. Secondly, 31% of our population now lives in cities and generates 63% to the national economy. It's going to become 50% by 2030. Are our cities in a situation to cope with it? When I go to office, 10 years ago, it used to take me 12 minutes from home to office. Now it takes me 27 minutes. I think come another 4 years, it's going to be 35 or 40 minutes. So obviously, there is some activity which needs to be put in place, some concrete thinking and planning to make our cities smart and futuristic. So I think the first thing that needs to be done is people from the city, people from academia, and people from the government need to sit together and think of Jalandhar 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years hence.
I think today we have taken the first step in it.
Exactly. I mean, and I think seminars are exactly because this is the only place where we all sit together and really worry about not only how we live, but how our children are going to be living in the next few years. So I think the first step, since we are all here, I think the first step we really should do is sit together and look at our cities as we envision them, because every city is special and every city is unique. You can't have a standard plan for every city in this country. And I think Jalandhar is a part of the 100. I think that's I've been testing them there. Please make sure we come in the first few. Because why not us? Yes, I think Jalandhar people are really smart. They're aware. They're well educated. I think it's an education city.
But as an entrepreneur, what kind of a role you can play in this?
As an entrepreneur, I think the money lies in the economy and services. But we really don't seem to connect with the government. I want to give money, for example, for doing something. Where do I give it and how do I ensure it's going to be used for what I think it should be? Secondly, can I see a plan? So if I'm plugging into a plan, I say, okay, this is the plan for the next 10 years. This is the part which we are supposed to again, and this is what the government can do. I absolutely agree with the panel that we cannot expect the government to do everything. We also have a role to play. So I think if we all work together, that's just my speech.
Thank you, madam, for your views, and have a very important point that do we have any plan in place? And I hope if Mr. Jaswinder Singh ji can throw light on this, and if we can say if there is any plan in place, what madam has done. Okay, Mr. Ambulat will come into the. Okay. Okay.
That's fine. But first of all, we need to understand that the concept of smart city eventually needs to have a multi-pronged, approach. Multi-pronged in the sense, undoubtedly for the future, we do need smart cities. We need to get, on a personal level, we do are getting smarter and smarter. We do have, as 70 said, the old idea, हम अपने आप में तो बहुत smart है. We all know how to earn money, how to build infrastructure, so personal level and all that. But on the social level, on the government level, on the infrastructure level, somehow we are still lagging. As Kamran Electrical told that earlier it used to take 12 odd minutes, then it grew to spend 7 minutes, and we expect that it might take 40 odd minutes. So on the personal level, we have been good, we have been getting smart.
So we are talking about, do we have any plan in place? Can we give an action plan to the audience or the citizens?
Yes.
That yes, we are going to build something very good in future.
Yeah, I was going to reach there. That it has to be a multi-pronged approach in the sense, as an architect, I have the liability of handling my project in a smart way. There are, ultimately there need to be four kind of infrastructure development. First of all, we need to have good institutional infrastructure. We need to have a very good social infrastructure. We need to have very great, we need to work on physical infrastructure, and we need to work upon economic infrastructure to achieve a smart city. Now, our role as an architect eventually comes under physical infrastructure. For instance, we are very well there to support and cooperate with corporation authorities, the Jalandhar administration, as far as the traffic management, as far as the planning, because as we see, they do have planning cells. But then you start.
Are we getting the adequate support?
Yeah, we mentioned that is the good purpose of this meeting.
Yeah.
So that the public and this participation, public and administration participation starts coming up. So earlier we were all busy doing our own operation and all.
Okay, Mr. Gurpreet Khera wants to come in the discussion. But Mr. Khera, before I come to you, I want to give an opportunity to Mr. Singh. Sir.
Well, IT team is always due to maximum voice of many. As usual, we are working for this long. I'll just share one, like you were talking about what future plans we have. I'll share just one example. That is, 5 years back down the line, we had decided that all across India we should have complete online automation of transport. Today is the stage where we had actually exercised to have all transport officers across India to be interconnected. Data to flow from the transport level to the top level. Data is stored in a centralized server and it can be accessed everywhere. So today is the stage we have reached where all our administrative authorities are having user IDs and all. If a vehicle is moving, if a vehicle is doing any crime, within seconds or within minutes, they are able to track down their.
Is it really happening, sir?
It is happening. It is happening.
So the wonderful news for the public, it is really happening. Do you feel it? Is it happening?
But in case of, as I told you, IT aim is always back home. Our job is to track them all the decision taking. What I am saying is, it is really happening in police department. It is really happening in transport. Soon we are coming up with, we have got very new ideas coming up. Like we are working on certain concepts which are coming in, and using that concept, we want to actually further strengthen all that. Similarly, IT work is going on in corporate department, and it needs to be strengthened. It is being strengthened. So, if you say however it is actually helping you out, it is actually up to you to find a space where it is working. But in the background, what we are discussing today. If we are talking about 100 smart cities, every smart city has got its own database. Every smart city is based on certain values. So we are systems available across the India where all these parameters, all these
buildings are being evaluated by all the stakeholders.
Definitely, we know, sir, that today we cannot survive without the cooperation of IT. And IT has to play a very big role. But let us move to Mr. Kara. He has something more interesting to say.
Actually, Madam Agarwal wants to know, is there any proper paper plan for the city? Yes, this is what we are doing in Smart City Plan. A proper plan is being chalked out. We have already chalked out a plan of capital cost of 1,812 crores in first phase, with the operational cost which is coming out to be 3,000 crores for next 10 years. In that, we have done all the detailing, what infrastructure improvements we are going to do. For example, in area based, we are spending 950 crore rupees. In case of safe city, we are planning to pump in 130 crore, where all command and control system will be at the back end. Corporation and the city police, we are going to share that command and control system, and everything will be controlled at one command center. For that 130 crore rupees, entire planning has been done, because this is the area where you need lot of money. So smart city is a scheme where lot of money is going to be pumped into the city in a very short span of time, and the entire money will be controlled by a special purpose vehicle which will be created for the city, and it will be a private sort of company which will be running this entire scenario. And there will be 4 SPVs, 1 parent SPV and 3 child SPVs, which will be looking after the entire. So the entire scheme of things is on paper. Once it gets approved, SPV will be in position, and then a next stage of DPR, that is the detailed project report of each and everything, minor detailing. And pursuing this with the participation of the citizens. So there is a proper paper plan for future.
What is the time frame? In what year we should look forward to? Okay, yes, we are going to become smart.
Actually, now the first challenge is to get into the smart. We are already first 100. First 20 list has been rolled out. Now we are waiting in the next 27, which are going to be announced. We want to be part of that. Once we are part of that, the first step is over, and the SPV part will come to play, and the money will come from the center. So once that is there, the phase, because you can't tell it is going to be completed in 5 years. It is a very long, futuristic plan, maybe 25 to 30 years. But once the plan starts getting implemented layer by layer, I think we can go on adding the layer of smartness, and the city will grow and will cater to the needs of citizens in future, because the entire infrastructure is going to be redone.
Thank you. Thank you. And I would like to bring in discussion with Mr. Baga. He has been sitting quiet for some time and didn't get any opportunity. So your views on this, and being an architect, what role you are going to play?
In addition to being an architect, I am a counselor in Chandigarh Municipal Corporation. So I want to share certain ideas which I think Mayor Saab and Commissioner Saab would like to implement in the city. Sir, we have privatized all the major gardens of city in Chandigarh, and that was a very successful experiment. We have given the gardens to the resident welfare associations and other bodies. That was one. Secondly, in Chandigarh, we have invested about 15 crore rupees to treat the water, and the treated water is being given to the gardens. That is point number 2. Third is that I was studying that in the city of Varanasi, they use the waste plastic in the construction of the roads. उससे रोड की जो लाइफ है that is increased by nearly 1 year. So that is number 3. Number 4 is that we have started the online wrestle system for the grievances of the public. It is partially successful, but not fully successful. I have seen in foreign countries that public grievances are addressed in as less time as like 1 minute. So that should be introduced in the city. We are also in the process of amending building bylaws of Chandigarh to incorporate the new technologies, the new solar systems. That is another point. And I would like to share that Punjab is the 11th state in the country which has just 1 week back. We have passed the energy conservation building code, which was authored by us, and that the whole Punjab will be very smart in saving the energy. That is next point. So I think there are certain cities in India like Chennai, which is very good in rainwater harvesting. There are certain examples in India where the street light is privatized and is very successful. I think we should learn from it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your views. I think we have a lot of examples in India also about smart cities. One in Gujarat is GIFT, the smart city in Gujarat. And I'd like to know from our leaders of Jalandhar whether we have earmarked some study groups who can visit these smart cities and study how they have achieved their goal and what we can learn out of it and how we can implement it here. Do we have planned some study groups to go there and study how this concept has been implemented there? Something is being done in Dendi Bazaar market and Dendi area of Mumbai also. They are turning it into a smart city.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
You've taken up a very nice concept of Indian Village. This is the rate development model which I was already talking about. That is the area of about, I think, 23 to 27 acres of very thickly populated area of one community. And the whole community sat down together with their heads, with their community leaders, and they decided that we are going to redevelop our area. And they have put in that model, and when this smart city concept was launched by the Prime Minister, at that time their concept was released by the Prime Minister and the Minister of our. So that is exactly what I was telling you, the internal area, like we go the internal areas of the city. And we go vertical. What they've done, they made 3 towers. 3 vertical towers, and that they have shifted the residents over there. They have made shopping areas.
So how they were able to make the people participate in it?
Now, all the panelists have told you one. And the government and the corporate. First of all, I would like to make it very clear that smart city concept of the project is nothing in the air. It is practically on the ground, and it is a very brainstorming competition. Out of the 500 odd cities, there is a competition with 40 odd questions. Question paper was put up. The corporations had to score marks on them. The first 20 which qualified got the best marks in the first 20, and that was the best. The next are going to compete once again. And that brainstorming is being done by the corporation with the help of the public participation, which is most important, and the customers. Adding on to what the commissioner was saying, that in the smart city, the management, like Kamala's concern was that when I started going to factory, it was 11. Now it's come out to 27. So what we have to do is we have to go into public transportation. Until and we don't give public transportation system, then if we give a public transportation system, people have to get used to going into that public transportation. People don't go in. We have already started a public transport system. All over Punjab it is a failure. It is going on losses because people don't want to go in buses. So why the public participation is must is when a policy is drawn by the government, the people adopt that policy and go by it.
Thank you, sir. I think public participation remains a challenge. Before I move to Mr. Shukla, I think Mr. Jenny wants to say something, sir.
कमिश्नर साहब ने कुछ इन्वेस्टमेंट ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਆਣੀ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਬਜਟਿੰਗ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ 50% ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਤੇ ਖਰਚ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਲੋਕ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੇ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਏ ਘਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਫ਼ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਪੈਸਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਦਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਸਿਟੀ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਜੇਕਰ ਸਫਾਈ ਹੋਵੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਠੀਕ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਿਟੀ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਕੋਈ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੇ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਤੋਂ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਪਲੱਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਜਟਿੰਗ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਇਹ ਤੋਂ 50% ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਤੇ ਖਰਚ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਤੇ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਸਿਟੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਰਹਿਣਗੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਸਿਟੀ ਫੇਰ ਵੀ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਹੈ ਉਹੀ ਮਸਟ ਹੈ और इस पर
थैंक यू सर। सर की जो एप्रीहेंशन है वो बहुत ठीक है कि क्या हमारी इच्छा शक्ति है स्मार्ट सिटी बनाने की। We are waiting for resources and we are saying resources will come, will become smart. I think today if you look at the infrastructure of Jalandhar, it is not as bad as we have made it. The congestion, the discipline we have, the kind of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan we have made it successful or not, you know it. But what is our role that has been defined by the eminent panelists? So as a citizen, we are also have to play our role that if we mend our habits and if we have a strong desire to do it, I think today also in very small kind of time we can become smarter. We may not become smartest, but we can become smarter, we can become better. So you all face all these problems every day. So Mr. Rapet also wants to add something to it.
I would like to add to something what Jenny has just mentioned. I personally feel that there is a disconnect between the planners and the public. My simple question is, we all sitting here in this air-conditioned hall probably know about smart city. We can speak on smart city for 10 to 15 minutes. You go to a rickshaw tea stall, you go to a small vendor and ask him, what is smart? Does he really want to? Does he really want that Jalandhar should become a smart?
I think Sir has taken a wonderful point, a big round of applause for him. क्या हम आम आदमी के बारे में सोचते हैं जब स्मार्ट सिटी की बात करते हैं हम इनको
First and foremost is that this voice should come from a common man that yes, we are ready to accept a smart city. Unless the end user is not willing to make it a smart city, no matter what, whether you spend 1,000 crores or 2,000 crores, things are not going to improve. You may improve your infrastructure, but then what about the human beings who are using it? I'll give you a small example. When I got posted here about 3 months back, I was told that there were a lot of snatchings taking place in the area of Model Town. And the only solution which I could think of was installing CCTV cameras in that area. I got a survey conducted within a day and I found that there were 65 odd points which required CCTV cameras for proper surveillance so that these small time petty criminals they don't visit this place. There was another challenge where to get this money from. Either I sent a proposal to the government. I decided to go to the public. I went there to Model Town. I held a small public meeting. I explained my viewpoint to them. And would you believe, within 1 hour, people sponsored 65 cameras. Within 1 hour. This is the power of public. The day we reach out to the people, we educate people, we tell them that here is a city which will provide you all these things. These are the benefits of a smart city. I think people will join us and then we will be able to make a real smart city.
Wonderful, sir. It's wonderful. And in smart cities, we have been talking about inclusive development, and we are talking about retrofit, how to develop the already established city or areas of the city. Then this public participation, being sensitive to their needs, giving them an option कि भैया आपकी छोटी सी दुकान है इसको मैं कहाँ लेकर जाऊँगा, तुम्हारा बिजनेस वहाँ चलेगा, तुम्हारा घर वहाँ से चल पड़ेगा. It's a very big challenge, and I would like to bring in Madam Agarwal into it.
As Commissioner has said that we've got all the plan in place, which is wonderful. But I have a concern there. When people are conceptualizing cities, it's a very bricks and mortar kind of a plan. Now, how much of sensitivity or need of people, or the emotions of people, or our heritage, or our intrinsic Jalandhar feel has gone into the change? That's a concern. I'm sure you would must have thought of it. For example, we have Renat. That area has become, and is probably an eyesore from a smart city point of view, but I call it my heritage. I call it a place which has evolved over more than hundreds of years, and it has an essence. Now, are we going to demolish it and after 20 years look at Jalandhar and say, "Ah, ek zamane mein hota tha"? Or are we going to sustain it, beautify it, recreate the space where we leave it in its intrinsic sense? And I've seen that happen. I mean, I've been to Jaisalmer. They are walking streets as rugged, but they have made it so fabulous that it's now a tourist spot. So they've been able to do it. Now, I think there is some sensitivity also involved, and that there should be people who belong to the city, who feel from the city, who should be a part of the bricks and mortar thinking.
I think Madam has made a very beautiful point that we have to bring in this concept of smart city, its own people. Let us not make our people alien. Let us bring them into the discussion. So with this, I am bringing our citizens of Jalandhar into the discussion, and I throw open this discussion to the audience, and any questions from the audience to the panelists, please. Anybody who wants to ask any question? Yes, Madam, maybe given the mic, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Shruti from City Group of Institutions. Firstly, I have met Hera sir and Mayor sir for certain meetings. City Group is involved with the smart city mission, and we are really working hard. So, public participation, I don't think so. This is going to be the second option level for that. Now, my question is, how policymakers they are going to help in making the mission successful? That is the case.
Is the question directed to somebody
specific? Respected Hera sir, and how policymakers they are going to help in making the city mission possible?
Sir.
In this smart city concept, the entire powers of government and the local corporation, certain important powers, they are going to be vested into the SPV, which will be able to take decision of its own. In case if they want to, do some change in their bazaar area, and they want to widen the road, and they want to give additional FAR for shopkeeper, so that they can go 6 feet inside, and then they can take their advantage by going aerial by one story. If it has to be done today, it is almost impossible, because our bylaws are such and our systems are such that it is not possible. In that scenario, bylaws and all laws, they will be made by the SPV, and there will be flexibility to them to implement them at the local level and take the decision. So that is a very great step which government is going to take. They are going to give their own powers to the SPV, so they can make all changes wherever and how they were required in that local planning area. So I think that there is going to be a drastic change in the policy making.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, want to add something to it?
The thing which the commissioner has told, the CEO of that SPV is going to be an outsider, who's going to be a person who's going to be a salaried man. So there will be no political interferences in that. The best part of this is that the SPV will be monitoring that part of the city on its own, and the corporation will not be having any concern. All laws, all taxation policies, all will be made by the SPVs. And bringing forward the talk which Amnaji was saying about running, I think we didn't get a time to tell it. We are already planning to make it a vehicle. And we are trying to talk to the shopkeepers over there. And we plan that from Jyoti Chowk to Mahira, we don't let any vehicle enter that area. And we notice, you must have seen, we are developing with Satguru, we are developing e-auto rickshaws, battery operated, eco-friendly rickshaws. So we plan that those rickshaws move around in that bazaar area. Those to limit it. People should walk around, people should have a habit of walking around. But old people and people who cannot walk would commute in that way. So these things all are made.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any other question, please? Yes, ma'am.
Hello. As a foreigner to the city, I was wondering what will the committee, as a smart city, offer to foreigners for the city, offer to us when we come in 3 to 4 years? What are the plans for foreigners visiting your city?
She's talking about tourism, basically, that if the foreigners visit here, what they will get out of the smart city. This is what the question is. Anybody who wants to answer this question, please. Yes, Mr. Jyoti. Then what will be for the foreigners if they visit your city?
When a smart city is going to be developed, every citizen or every person coming to that city will be benefited by these. And as foreigners today, I think you might be feeling that the clumsiness of the traffic, the non-managed system. Once this thing comes into the system and the security system comes in, it will be much more comfortable. And there is a huge hotel industry which is developing into this. And the municipal corporation Jalandhar plans to make some areas, develop some areas such which people can visit as tourists. And they can have we don't have too many places to visit when you come to Jalandhar. As a businessman, you can come for hand tools industry, you can come for sports industries. Some people come for their treatment to a lot of nursing homes. But we are trying to develop Jalandhar as a different concept so that entertainment, social bounding, and a systemized city comes up. With everybody, not even the tourists, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope that we will be making another better place for our foreigners visitors. So I hope a lot of your concerns will be removed in the coming times. Any other questions, please, Monica?
Yes,
yes, sir.
Good afternoon, all the respected panelists. The thing that I want to discuss is related with two issues. First one is the environment, nature, and second one is the development for which we are talking about. Now, if we see our highways are being constructed, if we talk about Jalandhar-Amritsar highway or Jalandhar-Chandigarh highway, and nowadays the Nakoda side also, hundreds of trees are being cut down for widening the highways and making 4 and 6 lanes. How can we correlate the development at the cost of nature and the environment? Because on one side we are talking about global warming, rising temperatures, and now if we see the development, it's, I think, somewhere on the cost of the nature and the greenery. What is the correlation of getting smart and develop and preserving the nature also. Thank you.
Definitely, I think he's talking about some conflict of interest here. I would like any of the panelists to answer it. Yes, sir.
You have very well pointed out that at the cost of nature we are going to develop smart cities. But you will also agree with all of us that for any new development we have to simplify a small portion. But the government has got very clear plans on this. If we are cutting one tree or if we are removing one tree, we are planting another 10 trees. So with this concept, what we are hoping is in coming 5 to 10 years, when our smart city will be actually realized, it will be having the more greenery from the present state. So barren lands and areas are being identified with the help of all stakeholders. We are definitely going to rebuild the city as well as rebuild the nature.
Great, I think we'll have a lot of, yes, madam, you want to say that?
Very good question. I would like to add whatever you have said. It is right that when we cut one tree, we are supposed to plant double number. But whenever we talk about the smart city concept, we have to keep it in mind that these resources, natural resources, these should be used judiciously. These should be remain available for today, and we should keep them preserved for a future generation also. Then this is we will be in a position to bring sustainable future. That is true. But there are many concepts. Everyone is aware that carbon footprint is increasing very fast. You know, global warming and all climate change, extremity of temperature. These all are effects of rise in carbon. You know, carbon numbers, carbon footprint, or the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide level. So there are many options. The biggest and the possible option is plantation. Everyone can do it, and any time we should do it, and we should not wait for the government to plant trees. But one more option is coming to my mind. I would like to discuss here with the audience as well as the panelists. That why can't we have e-rickshaws, and with charging stations at short distances? So this will reduce a lot of carbon emission, and a lot of problems will be solved, as well as this medical issues. And can we have it?
Now, recently, this is what we are planning on with Satguru. They are planning a small auto rickshaw with a battery inside, and we are getting incorporated the design in the Motor Vehicle Act. They are already working on it, and they have shown us the demo in the city. So once they are in place, they are going to put some charge stations on all the petrol pumps, and it is going to be a very green vehicle, no pollution. I think that is going to be a wonderful vehicle that we have seen, and I hope once it gets incorporated in the Motor Vehicle Act, then everybody can use it regularly. So that work is already
Great. I think we are looking at a very green city in future.
And even we are using that auto, we are working on that, we are using that, we are remodeling it in such a way that we are going to use for our garbage also. We are going to use those e-vehicles. So we are going to put those small dumpers as used in the dirty ones lying in the city. They will be there, the green vehicle will be coming, it will be compatible with that, it will hook that and it will take it and put it back. So that is where we are planning. I think it is going to be a new model throughout India, and Satguru is going to help us.
And a real innovation we are talking about here. Great. And I think there is time for one last question from our audience. Madam Manju wants to ask something.
I have a question from Mr. Arpit Shukla, Commissioner of Police Jalandhar. The question of the smart city is not a big question, because being an IT person, I can say within 1 month we can make the city smart. We can implement, we can control your traffic system sitting in single room. We can manage your water management, how much liter water we should supply to each and every house. But question is this: when every evening when I was going from college to my home, I was thinking small kids, they are just standing on the road, running here and there, just begging. What about that? And what about even police is standing at the corner of the road and they are just running here and there, no discipline. Even when we are going on the highway, express highway means nobody can cross the road. If anybody is going to cross the road, they have to pay heavy fine. What about that? We have to teach the people about the self-discipline and safety. That is a more, I think, most important issue which I have realized to make the city smart.
Well, precisely, I agree with what you have said. And as I said earlier, that without public participation, all these plans will not get optimally utilized. Even if you spend money and without public participation, it's difficult.
But sir, why not we are paying them fine? Why not we are going to surveillance those people, those are crossing?
Madam is talking about why the systems are not in place. Why we always talk about public
System
participation.
should be so strong. If anybody is going to cross the road
Why need to stop?
he should pay.
Absolutely right, ma'am. But then there has to be a balance, We are not a dictatorship.
Yes, sir. Rules and regulations is not a dictatorship.
If we go to Chandigarh, I think we become very.
We are living in a society.
Yeah, I agree.
The moment, now I ask you a question. You must have seen, a lot of us, we don't wear seatbelts, we don't put on our helmets.
Yeah.
The moment you see the difference between Mohali and Chandigarh or Panchkula and Chandigarh, what is the difference?
So
It is the level of awareness of the people. It is basically, there has to be a balance. You can't just throw all beggars out. Yes, we are trying our level best. Last week we had a meeting with one of the NGOs which had this concern, and then we revised a plan that how to take these beggars from this place, how to rehabilitate them. Just throwing them out of the city does not solve the purpose. Similarly, the traffic management, as you say, you know how much money we collect out of challans? It's a small city. It's over 10 crores annually. But again, I'm sorry to say.
Sir, we are going to cut the challan only those are driving. But what about the public?
Coming precisely to that point, traffic enforcement is just only one part of the traffic management. What you see on the streets, the more important part is the awareness and engineering.
Yeah.
If there are places for proper parking, if there are proper zebra crossings, if people are educated that you should use this, they will. Gradually it is happening, but it will take time. We have limited resources. Enforcement is not the answer to every problem.
But we should educate the people, and I fully agree with the chairman, sir, that we should start to educate the people from the school.
Precisely, ma'am. I think I came here about last month. CT Group had organized a seminar on traffic. This thing. We came here. I'm thankful to the City Group. They made a film also on traffic awareness, which now we are showing. They donated a projector. We are showing in every school. We are trying to generate awareness about traffic laws, rules, what should be done, what not. We are doing that, but it is, inadequate. We have to reach out to the masses, for which we require your help. We require the help of NGOs. Only the government cannot do as much. Yes, we are trying to improve this.
Yes, it's a challenge, and we also have to become responsible. And any request? Yes, ma'am, please.
एक मिनट जस्ट आई वांट टू टेल यू बिकॉज़ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਜੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਉੱਪਰੋਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਐਂਡ एवरीथिंग we see is we want because we start comparing because all of us will go abroad ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੋਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਿੰਨ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੋ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਕਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਤਿੰਨ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦੇਖਿਓ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਾਸ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਮੈਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਸਕਿਆ ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ city beneath the roads, that is the sewerage system. जे मैं तुहानू दिखावां कि 6 फुट आदमी की लेंथ जिन्ना सीवरेज सिस्टम पिछले 40 सालां च it has hardly left with small space for flow of water, and the entire is silted up with black, rock like things. And ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੁਪਰ ਸੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਨਾ we were amazed with how this city is running. ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਪਰੋਂ ਬਲੈਕ ਟੌਪ ਰੋਡਸ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਪਲਾਂਟਸ ਲੱਗੇ, ਵੈਰੀ ਸੂਦਿੰਗ, ਬਟ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦਾ ਥੱਲੇ ਹਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ? 40 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਸੋਫੇ, ਮੰਜਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਪਾਵੇ, ਕੁਰਸੀਆਂ, you can find whatever you want, boulders ਥੱਲੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। I have ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਇੱਕ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਏ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਬਲਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਹੈ। वन जिथे साडा गार्बेज जा रहा दैट इज वरियाणा विलेज, वो एक ऐसी थां है अपने बच्चों को ते तुसी जरूर किते विजिट कर लो जिन्हें वो वरियाणा विजिट कर लिया, क्योंकि मम्मी जलंधर से रह रहे लेकिन कमिश्नर बनने तो बाद च मैं उत्थे जा सकिया। तुसी जिंदगी च कूड़ा नहीं थले सुट्टोगे जे तुसी वो जगह देख लोगे जाके।
I think it is an eye opener for all of us.
And third, the sewage treatment plant where our the entire waste is going and getting processed. जलंधर जो है कि स्टडी वाले कहगा नजर ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਤੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਮੇਬੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਟੂਰ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਾਰਪੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੋ ਆ ਗਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਟੂਰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੇ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਟ੍ਰੀਟ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸ਼ ਬੇਸਿਨ ਫਲਸ਼ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਔਰ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਇਫ ਯੂ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਥੀਸ 3 ਪਲੇਸਿਸ ਨਾ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਦਾ ਇੰਟਾਇਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਚਣ ਤੇ ਮਜਬੂਰ ਕਰ ਦੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਹਾਊ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁਡ ਰੀਥਿੰਕ ਆਵਰ। I think these 3 places you must visit.
It's really a sad story and a challenge. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much for giving me time, on this ICSETI. And thank you very much City Group, because I've been a participant to this conference for the last 3 years. And what I could see, this is the most interesting topic in the panel discussion I've ever heard. Thank you very much. लेकिन अब मैं अपना सवाल हिंदी में करूँगी क्योंकि मेरे साथ कुछ विदेशी मेहमान भी हैं और मैं नहीं चाहती कि कोई सवाल को समझे। So बहुत ही मैं इसको कहूँगी कि मेरा दिल से सवाल है, क्योंकि मैं बचपन से शहर को विजिट कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे पेरेंट्स यहाँ से पढ़े हुए हैं, मेरी फैमिली यहाँ से पढ़ी हुई है। जलंधर अमृतसर हम लोगों का बचपन से विजिटेड प्लेस है, हम बड़े एक्साइटेड रहते थे आने के लिए, क्योंकि एक ऐसी सिटी थी, क्योंकि मैं जलंधर से नहीं हूँ, मैं हिमाचल से हूँ और हम वहाँ पे हैं अभी भी। आई एम फ्रॉम MIT हमीरपुर और मैं यहाँ पे आती रहती हूँ, लेकिन एक डर रहता है, ये आई डोंट नो कि ये मानसिकता क्यों आई, कि मैं तो बचपन से आती हूँ, मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है कि डर क्यों लगता है, दिस इज द क्वेश्चन। और जो मैं अपने विदेशी मेहमानों के सामने शायद नहीं पूछ सकती, क्योंकि मुझे अभी मुझसे घर से फोन आया कि जल्दी घर वापस आ जाओ, शाम हो रही है, शहर में कुछ गड़बड़ है। तो बड़ा दिल से मैं सवाल पूछूं कि ऐसा क्यों लगा।
मैं हिंदी में जवाब देता हूँ। आपको डर जलंधर से लगता है, पंजाब से?
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है। ये मानसिकता क्यों आई, अब ऐसा क्यों सोचा?
ये मानसिकता आपकी इसको थोड़ा सा
वेरी स्पेसिफिक
कि ये जलंधर में डर शुरू हो जाता है, क्या ये डर ऑल अराउंड है?
ऐसा भी नहीं कह सकते, जलंधर का नहीं स्पेसिफिक, लेकिन हाँ ऐसा क्यों होता है मुझे, मैंने इसलिए आपसे ये प्रश्न किया क्योंकि मुझे फोन आया कि जल्दी चलो।
मैं ऐसा कहूँगा कि मैं पुरानी बात तो नहीं करता, बट in the last 3 months situation has improved। जलंधर में 3 main problems, 3 issues। One is graduating। हमारे बहुत सारे जो पॉकेट्स हैं वहां पे हमारा गलत तरफ चला, उसका एक साइड इफेक्ट है पेटी क्राइम, उसका एक साइड इफेक्ट है। तीसरा इसी से जुड़ा हुआ एक और एस्पेक्ट है वो है नॉर्थ जो आप जरा जो डाउन ब्रॉडन लोग हैं, जो हमारे गरीब लोग हैं, उन मोहल्लों में ये सारी प्रैक्टिसेस है। हमारी कोशिश है, वी हैव मेड अ प्रोग्राम to reach out to the masses, to tell them that what you are doing is going to spoil your generations. All my officers, you'll be glad to know that in the last about couple of months, we have done more than 85 meetings in nook and corner of the city. And our target is those people who are actually indulging in these kind of activities. It is very, very important to educate them, as pointed out by various panelists. This is very, very important. As far as enforcement is concerned, we are doing it. But then again, I would say, it is somewhere here.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mindset decision. That if you are around, let's try to go back then. It's not so. I assure you, the law and order in Jalandhar, around Jalandhar, is absolutely safe. And please be safe.
No, it's not like that. I'm just saying, recently, because if it is like that, enforcement is something else. Teaching at the ground level, there should be a proper structure of that. Otherwise, deliberating, talking, discussing, I don't think so it is used. If it is not practically implemented at the ground level, the way ma'am said, these little kids, they are wandering here and there on the roads. You should have a plan for rehabilitation. NGOs are doing, of course, but up to what extent? Because these are the things which do what is smart city is a big concept, you know, it's a very high-fi thing. Unless solving these problems at the ground level, I think will not add on anything which you will do and everything will go through. This is what I believe. I don't know.
That's precisely what you are saying. I think initially when I started my dialogue, I emphasized on this point that unless you reach out to the people, you will not get desired results. And that is precisely what we are trying to do. You know, government has its own limitations. We have involved a lot of NGOs who are working with us.
Definitely, if you will.
I think madam, we are getting.
I just want one point.
Let me just request.
If you will include these academic people or academician along with for outreach activity, I think that will solve the problem. This is what. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I think discussions can be done for a very long time and we can continue, but I think for today's day, we are coming to the concluding part, and I would like to request our eminent panelists, if somebody wants to conclude the discussion and add a little more value to this. Anybody who wants to, but be crisp.
At last, I would like to say, whether it is a problem of garbage disposal or the waste management, traffic problem, disobey of traffic rules, insecurity, whatever, etc. Many problems which are really need to be amended for making this city a smart city. One thing is required, that is education, not formal education in the classroom, but non-formal and informal education. Educating all community members wherever, whenever possible, and whosoever can do it, please come forward. And this education should be linked with values. All things are taking place because of lack of values. Values have taken backbench nowadays. We don't teach values because we are not role models. We have to become role models for the next generation. And last, I would like to add, everybody has agreed on this point that awareness, generating awareness is very, very important, and then it should be followed by action plans. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. And when it comes to values, I know something about madam that she didn't allow her children to have mobile state math class. I know it, and whether we are able to do it or not, I don't know. But again, I want to add something.
लास्ट में देखना चाहता थी कि साडे रिसोर्सेज की कमी है, पुअर पीपल प्लस साडी एजुकेशन की कमी तो है ही है, लेकिन असी अपने पब्लिक नो एजुकेट भी नहीं कर सकते और कर पाए, जिसके करके ये चीज़ां लिंगर ऑन में होंदियां हो रही हैं ते होंदियां रहनियां। सानू एक बेस पे जाना पड़ेगा, जिस करके सानू पता करना पड़ेगा पेरिस किस तरह बनया सी, शंघाई किस तरह साफ होया, उन्होंने जड़ से जाना पड़ेगा, ता ही सानू पता लगेगा ते असीं ता ही इहनूं स्मार्ट सिटी बना सकांगे। अदरवाइज असीं कदी इधर नूं घुमांगे, कदी पैसे होर लावांगे, पर रह विच विचारे जावांगे। थैंक यू।
I think at that I would like to say that lot of healthy discussions have taken place and lot of examples have been told to us and lot of eye openers are there that how, what kind of role we as citizens can play. We also listen to your concerns, but the major learning from this is that yes, we are going to become smart, but with public participation, with education, with training, with changing our habits, with desires, and also by putting systems into place and by implementing them. So I once again thank our elite panel for their views, for their time, and making this discussion a very healthy discussion. Thank you everybody. Thank you very much. Now before we leave, I will request our worthy chairman and MD sir to come on the stage to honor our guest, please. As madam, for a while, please take your seats, take your places. And I would also like to call Madam Mrs. Parminder Chani ji to the stage. Madam, please, and sir, kindly escort Madam, please. Okay, fine. Sir, I would request favorite sir to join. First of all, I would like to request Shri Sunil Jyoti ji to come forward and receive a token of affection. And please have a big round of applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time. I would like to request Shri Arpit Shukla ji to come forward. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time. I would also like to request Madam Shukla to please come forward. I would like to request Mr. Khera. Sir, your discussions have been outstanding and very eye-opening. I'd like to request Architecture Mr. Deswinder Singh ji. Next, I would like to request Architecture Mr. Sundar Baba. Can Mrs. Agrawal please come forward? And last but not the least, Mr. Kalsi, please come forward. I would like to request all the panelists to please come forward for a good photograph on the stage. you everybody. I request for the chairman sir and Madam Chairman, please be on the stage, and MD sir also. We have to honor our sponsors also, please. First of all is PLU Perfect, Mr. Ankur. Please come on the stage, Mr. Ankur. A big round of applause for our sponsors, without whom this event would not have been possible. Please, a big round of applause. Come on. Next, I would like to request Gate Revolution, Mr. Tarun. Next, I would like to request from UAE Exchange, Mr. Atul. Kindly be generous in claps. And I would like to invite on stage from MTIS, Mr. Vikram. I think we Indians have to learn to be very appreciative and generous in appreciating people. I think it is very important for us. Now, we are going to distribute the certificates to our participants, delegates in the conference who have deliberated on various topics. The first is from track 1, Mr. S.S. Patharu from CTIMP. Next is Mr. Ashish Sharma. Please hurry up. Mr. Ashish Sharma. That is Mr. Tarunpreet Singh Talwar from CTIT. Then Mr. Bahadur Singh. Mr. Sunil Kumar. Please hurry up. Okay, thank you everybody, and the other certificates will be distributed later on. I would like to invite our chairman sir on the dais for a vote of thanks to the guests.
Mayor Sahab, Commissioner Sahab, Corporation और जितने भी आए सज्जन, मैं तहे दिल तो उन्हों का थैंक्स करता हूँ। मैडम श्रुति जी जिन्हों का नाम रह गया, कोई गलती की माफ़ी। काफ़ी डिस्कशन हो गई, बहुत अच्छी रही है। कुछ चीज़ें होंदियां हैं जो असी करना भी चाहिए, कई बार वो लिंगर ऑन भी होंदियां, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ बहुत ज़्यादा असी देखिए कि असी थोड़ा साडा देश पिछड़िया है देश है। ਸਾਨੂੰ 60 साल पहला साडा आज़ादी हुई ते असी हाले गरीबी दे विचों निकल नहीं सके, जिहदे करके साडीआं प्रॉब्लम्स जिहड़ियां डिस्कशन दे विच रह जांदियां ते वो पूरीआं नहीं होंदियां, स्लो हो जांदियां। मोदी साहब बहुत विजनरी आदमी ने, अच्छी सोच है, पहले हम लोग भी अच्छे होने शुरू हो गए हैं। मेरा यह है कि भी जितनी ऑफिसर्स लॉबी जो चाहेगी तो ये चीज़ा काफ़ी ठीक हो जाएगियां। जिस तरह साढ़े शुक्ला साहब ने, खैरा साहब ने, ये जिस तरह साढ़े अपना सिटी नूं साफ सुथरा और जी क्राइम तो बचाने की कोशिश करते हैं, इसी तरह के ऑफिसर्स जो होर शहरों भी आ जाए तो हौली हौली मुल्क भी सुधर जाएगा ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਵੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਚ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਨੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਉਂਗਲ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਵੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ। अच्छे अच्छे ऑफिसर्स आ जाएंगे क्योंकि ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਪਲੈਨਰ ਨੇ ਪਲਾਨ ਤੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਲੇਕਿन ਇੰਪਲੀਮੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ।
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Now I would like to invite Madam Manju Bala for reading the concluding report of the conference.
I, on the behalf of the City Group of Institution and being the conference convener, I would like to give the brief report of this conference. Indeed, this is the third international conference which we have conducted this time with the help of the Indian National Science Academy and Punjab Technical University Jalandhar, in which we have received 750 papers and out of which we have selected 275 papers, and within 2 days we have paper presenters have present approximately 210 papers. So, and in this conference, we have conducted a very fantastic and wonderful panel discussion today, and I would like to thank all the panelists for today for sharing their ideas and views with our conference. I would like to thank being the conference convener to all the organizing committee, especially Dr. Harjeet Vikas Kullar, Pooja and Rakesh Rai and Jaspal Singh. They have done a wonderful job for preparing the conference proceeding and all. I would like to thank hospitality management and media committee for this conference, for making this conference a wonderful conference. I would also like to thank all the session chairs who have came from the different places for this international conference. I would be fair if I could not be thank our Mr. Navdeep Singh for his cooperation during these 2 days international conference. I would also like to thank Dr. P.S. Bedi for his support during these 2 days international conference. At the end, I would like to thank our management for their wonderful and support for this conference. And at the last, I wish to thank all the participants who have came from the various places for this international conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to request all the people sitting here to stand in honor of our national anthem, please. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I request all the track coordinators, members, organizing committee to please be here for a group photograph.
स्टॉप कर दो, वहां पे स्टॉप लगा हुआ है। स्टॉप तो ठीक है, गिरने वाला है।